Anything on her.
He's just now on her.
Could you hear that?
No.
Oh shit! I'm terrible.
Live and direct.
Oh yeah.
Coming to you live and direct. Let's see.
I'll turn the sound down. I'll do that. My damn sound button is right here. Okay, we're good.
You're listening to the legendary podcaster, the one, the only, TJMD, your personal favorite, and the show you've been waiting for. Probably offensive.
Welcome. That's an old drop. One of these days I'm gonna get some new drops that incorporates everything that we want on here. Combining the two shows together and making one sweet show, one sweet podcast. But welcome to another exciting episode. As the Crow flies is probably offensive. Tonight, we got my man Johnny Vader sitting in, co-host.
Oh yeah.
And co-host with the most.
Hey people, it's good to be back. We missed Wednesday's show, but hey, things happen, life happens. But we're here tonight.
Yeah.
And as promised, I'm gonna give a shout out to my daughter. She got me this shirt, and if y'all can read it, it says "Awesome like my daughter." I told her I'm gonna give her a shout out on the show tonight. So everybody, hey, you got a daughter and your girl dad, be proud. That's all I gotta say.
Sweet.
Oh yeah.
Our girl, speaking of a girl,
Oh yeah.
our girl, the Nixta, Jean, is not with us
As usual.
tonight.
Yeah, the Nixter, she
We're gonna have to do it like old school.
the dynamic duo.
Yeah, dynamic duo.
And hey, we got a lot of things to talk about, people. And listen, if you're down and out, or you down and in, whatever you want to call it, stay tuned to the show and give us your input, 937-926-1641. We want to talk about some politics, some sports, and a little bit about everything that your president has been doing lately and how the world is taking effect.
Yeah. And for those of you who might think about calling in, you might want to think twice about not calling in, because I know I'm not supposed to say this because, we're supposed to promote feedback from the listeners.
Yes. No, we want positive feedback, or if you're
the viewers, but I just want to remind y'all, it's cool to call in, it's good to call in, but if you don't accept that, we only got a couple of minutes for each caller, because we got to get back to what we were talking about and not just be on the phone the whole show. The show's only supposed to be an hour.
Sometimes we go a little bit over.
Sometimes we go a little bit over, but when we get to the end of the show, if the conversation is heated, if somebody really feels like they got something to say, we'll just let it go on, because we're just doing a podcast that we started. We can go as long as we want it.
We chose to.
But we set it up to where we're going to do an hour. Okay? We're going to start at 9. We never do start at 9. We never start on time.
It's 9:18, people. We started at 9:15. That's
so
close.
Yeah, but when you used to watch Oprah, if she said she was going to be coming on at 4, if she came on at 4:15, wouldn't you be thinking, what the hell's going on? We're not there yet. You know what I'm saying? We're just amateurs doing a podcast that's growing. We like it that it's growing. It's getting a little more
Publicity.
We've learned a lot about doing the show. You know what I'm saying? We try to make it look easy, like we're just two brothers in the basement talking.
And basically, that's what we are. But
we've had to learn
it's a lot harder than what you think.
Well, we had to learn a lot about the equipment and trying to do stuff right.
Yeah, because we're the only ones that are doing. We don't have a team.
You know what I'm saying?
We don't have a broadcasting team.
We're not just going live on Facebook like some people think.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about Trump tonight. We're going to talk about some worldly events tonight. We're going to talk a little sports tonight. Brother Mike, stick in if you want to call. The number's up there, man.
Yeah.
Call in. Brother Mike, you're a very worldly guy. We would love to hear from you.
I don't know.
You want to tell well, Brother Mike's one of my dudes. He's an older gentleman. He's very knowledgeable.
Okay.
We call him the professor.
All right. But I just want to let you guys know that Jay Vader will hang up on you if you're not cooperating on the phone. So no offense, you know what I'm saying? We still love you after we hang up on you.
Yeah, just stay tuned. But call back.
You know, when he said he gotta go, that means
we gotta go.
Time to go.
And listen, and if you do call in, let's go to our one caller. He's a normal caller. Have some diplomacy about yourself, because once you get out, listen, my show didn't even get aired that day. We got 4 minutes aired because you went off.
Yeah.
And I can't blame it. I gotta blame us as the producers.
Yeah, there's some standards
that we have to follow.
That we got to follow as far as putting this show on YouTube. They have kicked us off for talking about COVID, saying stuff that they didn't appreciate.
But it's come to true. So Johnny Vader, 98.9, rode again.
They kicked Jay Vader off for saying stuff that they didn't appreciate. They've kicked me off for playing music, too many songs that were copyright written, and I didn't have permission to play them. I was playing them in the background. I guess it was loud enough for people to hear them, though.
But they weren't that loud to me.
No.
My octaves, they weren't there should be.
Now I got this cute little classical music that I play in the back.
Oh, yeah.
That I love. But anyway, that's another thing about me. I like classical music.
I do too. Because what's the first 5 letters of the word classical?
Class.
And that's all I exude.
That's all he exudes. He's sitting there exuding class.
Nikki Jean, I see you out there watching.
Okay.
How you doing out there, partner?
Let's since we got this game on, let's before we get to the big topics, let's start off with a little sports talk.
Okay, well, I tell you what, this series, here's the thing. It started off only 8.9 million viewers, right? Game 1.
Yeah.
Which is a travesty because it was a great game.
Yeah.
But it's markets, right? And the names.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is this. We got so used to Michael Jordan. And listen.
And Magic
and Bird. Listen, LeBron, he was cool, don't get me wrong. But he's part of this era that slammed down. I'm not going to do any LeBron hate because I'm in witness protection program for them people. Them LeBron James fans will come after you, and your mama, your children, everybody.
Yeah.
They don't give a damn. And so I'm in witness protection. So listen, you LeBron fans out there, he's part of this. But so if y'all don't want to blame him fully, let's say I won't blame him fully either, because I don't think this is his generation. I think this is more of a league generation. It's consistent of Kawhi. It's consistent of LeBron. It's consistent of your boy Curry.
Yeah.
Yes, it's consistent of all these different players, man. And on Jokic, Duncan, all these guys got rings on his watch. Okay, fine. It wasn't. Yeah. We put too much on the LeBron. Listen, he had chosen one tat on his back. He was not Anakin, and he was not Darth. That's the chosen one. No, he wasn't him. So I love LeBron. He's top 10.
He wasn't Neo even.
No, he wasn't Neo. That's Mike. Mike stopped all that bullshit. And listen, we're not going to go there right now. But what I want to say is this.
Yeah, go ahead.
The ratings were low for the game 1. Okay. And this in today's NBA because today's NBA is more space and pace. People don't want to see a 3-point shooting contest. You can have that in your backyard with your son and grandkids.
And I was just watching the first quarter of the game that's on tonight, which Oklahoma City started to run away with it in the second quarter. But in the first quarter, that's all Indiana was doing was shooting threes.
And not making them, right?
Right.
And you look at the score.
They was hitting about 30% of them.
Okay. You know what Shaq did an interview the other day, right?
Yeah.
He says, I'll love to play a player. And all he does is shoot threes, and I'll take twos. He goes, it could get 30 points, it takes 15 twos or 10 threes.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, you ain't going to hit 10 threes in a game. I'm going to hit 15 twos easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so where
was like 60% from the field.
So where's this analytics coming in that tells people this, that, and the third? I don't know where it's coming from, but listen, it's just something to behold, man. And I don't get it. And all these young guys, and they're doing this, doing that, talking analytics.
What they see is somebody who's a great jump shooter, busts a bunch of threes.
But he's the only one.
Yes.
He's one of them. Oh, Steph Curry seems more like us. He's 6'2", 190 pounds, and we could beat him.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Right.
No, you can't.
He's got the speed. He's got ball handles.
The thing that Jordan did, we looked at Jordan like, man, we ain't got no 49 inch vertical.
Right.
We can't run a 4.2, 4.3, 40.
Right.
We're not 6'6" and can jump and run like that.
Right.
Well, you motherfuckers ain't Steph Curry either.
No.
They make it look easy. That's why they're professionals, people.
Yeah,
you're not Mario Andretti. You're not going to get behind a car and go 200 miles an hour and go around an oval course.
Without dying.
Yes. So, come on, man.
Yeah.
That's why I like Shai Gilgeous. He plays his game. He don't shoot threes much.
No.
You know, he plays his game. Play your game, man.
Yeah, play your game. And that is their game, but you know why? Because the coaches let them do it.
There's the problem.
See, back in the old days, if the wrong people were shooting threes, the coach would pull you over to the side and be like, what do you think you're doing?
Sit over here.
You're not 6'10" and out there to shoot threes.
Mm-hmm.
And you're only 30% from beyond the arc.
And you shoot 60% inside the paint.
Yes.
Get your big ass down there and get that paint.
Yeah. So the one thing is, in this era, as far as basketball is concerned, there's been the last 7 years, there's been 7 different champions.
That's crazy. That means to tell you there's no dominant team, number one, and there's no dominant player, number two.
The only dominant team of the era was the Warriors. And their time is up.
Mm-hmm.
They're still playoffs.
Still team. Relevant, but
yeah, they're still a playoff team. They still got Steph and Draymond.
Draymond,
Draymond, the dirtiest player, who says, "Oh, I ain't dirty." Yeah, you are. We send you on slow. We got something called instant replay.
Do you think they even do that instant replays watching? I don't think. Listen,
so when you out there grabbing balls and kicking people in the
yes, but I'm gonna switch gears a little bit.
Yeah.
All these injuries is going on in sports now.
Yeah.
Lower extremity injuries like Achilles.
Yeah.
And calf. Do you think it has something to do with wearing low cut shoes?
I don't know, because they are able to wear these braces under their socks now that they didn't.
Okay, but when I wore the mid cuts, I wore a lot of Jordans and mid cuts, right?
Yeah.
They were the 3/4 high. They weren't the super high cut tops like a lot of the centers wore, but they were mid cuts, right?
Yeah.
And I would either get taped or I'd wear a brace.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I was thinking like, these low cut shoes, this is what they're wearing now because they're real light. It's a style, but you're putting all that pressure on your lower extremities. And over time,
it's a lot of cut.
Over time, I think it's building up. I think you need to go back to a mid-cut shoe. If you don't want to go high top, that's just my opinion, which doesn't admit to a pile of beans.
And they're trying to be cute.
Paul Miller, my guy. I see you out there fishing, my man.
To me, what's weird is them. The shoes don't match the uniform a lot of times.
No. They dress like I dress.
They're wearing a fluorescent.
They wear fluorescent blue shoes, and you got a yellow uniform on.
Yeah, they're or green.
Or
shoes,
green uniform. Yeah.
Or pink. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm not the first to say, listen here, Jamsky.
Yeah.
I'm not the first to say, don't do you. I believe in being individual and being different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Money's getting short. A lot of these players are losing shoe deals. I was reading up about all these players that Adidas cutting. And you know where Adidas messed up?
What?
I told everybody this then. I'm going to tell you again right now.
What's that?
When they cut Kanye.
Why?
The money ain't coming. Kanye's shoes are $700.
Right.
$300. $200.
But,
and man, listen, he was selling shoes across the world.
Yes, but I disagree with you. I think that Kanye thing was going to play out very soon, and I think they put too much stock in Kanye. That's a sports athletic
Man,
They sell athletic gear.
Yes, but those Yeezys were selling, man.
But that's on its own brand. That was kind of like Jordan having his own brand.
Okay,
with
but still, Nike was still profiting. Nike to this day still profits off Nike.
Of course.
Okay.
They're the ones that make the shoes.
Right. So that's what I'm saying about Yeezy. And guess what? When they cut Yeezy off, man, they end up cutting all these other athletes. Like, look at this contract, man. We ain't resigning you. And so
that's
now
the problem with Adidas. They need sports stars to endorse the shoe.
Well, you see what Shaq did with Reebok, right?
You know, Allen Iverson is still getting paid from Reebok.
Right, but Reebok got bought out by, was it Adidas?
No.
It was Adidas. It was Adidas.
No. Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Shaq bought Reebok back.
Okay.
And so Shaq's running Reebok, and Reebok only has, he says, like 3 shoes. They got his, Iverson's, and someone else's. And he's running retros, and they're starting to take off.
Yeah.
So Shaq's like, you know, the shoe game is different because they showed this thing with a mom and her son going to look for shoes, right?
Mm-hmm.
He got straight A's on the report card. They don't show you all this while she's taking him shoe shopping. But he got straight A's on his report card. He's like, Mom, I want some new shoes. So she takes him. The hottest shoe out was what? The Anthony Edwards. She goes, oh, no way.
Is it?
Yes.
I didn't know
And
that.
she goes, oh, no way. You can't get those Ant-Mans. And he's like, Mom, but why? She's like, he don't take care of his kids. Remember we talked about what he did with that thing?
Yeah.
You didn't think women were to hear about that shit?
Yeah.
And women going to be like, what?
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
But I said, fuck it.
Yeah.
But there's 2 sides to every story.
No.
You know me, I always play devil's advocate. That's what I do.
Yeah.
But you said it.
Yes.
You said it's not going to be good.
Right.
He can't be face of the league.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Right.
When that video went viral of that little boy trying to get some Anthony Edwards, his mom said, oh, no, pick another. She says, pick those Currys. You can pick. She said you could pick John Moran. And the dude was like, he carried a gun. She goes, I don't give a damn. He takes care of his daughter.
Yes. But
so women have that much power.
I told you that was going to happen.
You sure did.
I said his image was going to take a hit for that decision. That was a dumb decision.
Right.
But the woman was wrong. She misunderstood what happened. He does take care of the kid financially.
Right.
He's just not any part of its life.
But what does the woman want you to do? If you father a child with her,
yeah,
she wants you to be that father.
Be a part of its life.
That's what she said. That's what she's saying.
And that's what I said.
Yes, you did. Jamski, I said the same thing. I said Jamski was right.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm not too big of a person. When that 1.1% comes up to me and says, Johnny, you were wrong, I'll admit it.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing now on tape.
Yeah.
And I'm admitting it to your face.
But of course, it was a matter of time.
Well, the women, but what she did, she spoke for hundreds of thousands of women who were like, this is some bullshit. Yeah. I'll take the money. But damn it, this kid, whether it's a girl or son, he's a father.
There's a lot of guys who have been that young and had a lot of money who didn't have that type of ridiculously idiotic attitude. It's an idiotic attitude. Even if you feel that way, that's not something that you say in public.
You don't say it in public.
You definitely don't say that on an interview. You're a star of an NBA. You're a superstar. You just wanted to help this team win the gold medal. Okay, the USA. You're on TV.
All the time.
Got like a Sprite deal too.
You got all kind of commercials.
Yeah. So.
You're on TV nonstop. Everybody sees they're trying to make you the face of the league. But you go say.
But you're doing you're
well, he just had another baby this year too. We ain't gonna talk about that.
He had another kid. So he's not gonna be a part of this.
I don't know. He's got 4 with 4 different women. See, he's 23.
He's a jackass because having the money is half the battle.
Right.
So a lot of guys don't have they don't have the money.
Right.
And they're out there whining about taking care of them. How am I going to take care of myself? Stop having kids then. You know what I'm saying? If you got to cry about it, if you got 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 kids, and you can't afford to take care of them, and the child support agency's coming after you and then put you in jail, you should have stopped having kids after number 2.
I'm going to disagree with that because I'm one.
But you taking care of you.
Yes, but
you haven't whined about it.
Yes, I don't cry about it. But here's the thing: when you're young and you're out there doing this, that, and the third, I get it. But here's the thing: like what we're going to talk about a little bit later.
Yeah,
we have to teach the youngsters, and the youngsters have to be willing to listen. Mm-hmm. Because why the hell are we making the same mistakes that the generation before us made, the generation before us made? It's only happened to the black community. Why is the black community so afraid to listen to one another? And that's what I applaud about the Nation of Islam. I really do.
The black community is afraid to listen.
Yes, that's what I applaud about the Nation of Islam.
I don't know why.
The Nation of Islam,
I don't know what
they grab them.
Uh-huh.
They get these dudes, and if you do the studies, which I looked at the study the other day, they are the most prominent organization that has turned the lives of black men.
Yeah, to turn
them around, turn the lives of black men around, and I'm like, I applaud that.
So you think the Nation of Islam is going to get Anthony Edwards to want to be a part of his child's life?
See, that's not a fair question.
Why not?
Because the powers that be, I think, okay, let me answer it like this.
Yeah.
If he would study with the Nation of Islam, it would change it. Or he needs to study with someone.
What if he doesn't?
If he doesn't believe in the Islam way of life, he needs to get with some older gentlemen like yourself,
yes,
or me, or someone.
That'd be quick and easy.
Yes, just tell him, look, man.
Get him, sit him down, and be like, Anthony, I know you're a young guy, and you may be a different guy in a few years. You may change your mind and be like, what the hell was I thinking? That was dumb. But I'm just going to tell you right now it was dumb, and that you should consider being a part of your child's life. And even if you don't want to, don't say that in the media. That's stupid.
Well, you should never say you don't want to about your child anyway.
Yeah, but even if you're that type of a jackass of a human man,
if you feel that way,
I don't want to be a part of my child's life. I'm too
selfish.
And
if you feel that way,
I got all this money and fame.
I get
why
that.
I want to waste my time with some little kid?
I get that the woman might lie to you, but guess what, dude?
What a jerk!
You got 3 others.
Yeah,
and you have to be a dad. Sooner or later, you're gonna have to be a dad.
He don't have to.
And you will.
Go through life without being a dad.
No, I don't care if you're 50 and that child you raised or didn't raise as a woman or a man at 30. Mm-hmm. You're gonna have to answer to being a dad. You have to. It's this circle of life.
You're gonna have to answer, but you don't have to be a dad. Some guys died, and their kids never knew them. You know that. You've heard of that.
Yeah, but I think you got to be a dad sooner or later.
You don't technically have to. You can get away with it. He just think it was okay because he's saying I'm gonna take care of him financially.
Well, but you know what?
But I'm not gonna.
Here's the funny thing about it. Like a lot of celebrities, like Crowe and all these other people are saying, you know what? He's a new martyr for hoism. I don't want to talk about it like that, but I'm gonna say it, people, because our show, we don't walk lightly. We tell the truth. Yeah. And they said he's a martyr for hoism, which
we're
means
not politically correct
at all. Mm-hmm. But if you're a woman out there and it's hoism, and this is what you want to do, there's new people out there that's gonna take care of you for being a fucking hoe, trying to be bunny hop on this motherfucker and take money from him.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. But I'd like to know. So what I want you to do is explain it to me
after the break.
Yes, after this break. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
I'm gonna explain it to you too. And I'm gonna explain a lot of stuff out to your boy Donald Trump. Oh, that's your guy.
Turn it down.
He's gotta be. I got a picture. Man, let me see if I got it on here. Where's my pictures at? We want to talk about that. Oh shit. Now. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I got it right here. Boom. Yep, we're gonna talk about that next. After we finish up with Anthony Edwards and the people.
You're all set? We're ready?
To rock and roll?
Okay.
Let's go. Oh yeah, this is great.
If you're not offended yet, stay tuned for this next segment. Mr. A-Hole and C. Crowe. That's so funny. Welcome back to the show.
You're listening to a man who's so sexy it's completely ridiculous. Mr. Anthony Scott Dunford.
She fooled me.
All right, we're back. So when we were going to the break, you were saying. You remember what you were saying? Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead.
We're talking Anthony Edwards and this young generation.
Yeah.
Listen, they're making him out a martyr for hoism.
Okay.
And
He's the hoe?
No. For women being hoes.
Oh, okay.
For trying to, a gold dig on the men with money, because her baby daddy, she got one baby daddy by a rich rapper or Future or somebody rich, and then she got another one by.
So you're saying she's a hoe and she's trying to gold dig?
That's what it seems like. I'm not going to call her that.
Get pregnant by rich people.
Exactly. She wouldn't get pregnant by you or me. We won't get a chance to sniff that.
She wouldn't let us hit it?
No.
Or she just make us wear some protection?
No, she ain't gonna let us hit. She makes us work more than that. You know what I tell her?
She's barebacking them rappers and
yep, and you know what I tell her?
And basketball players.
Yeah, you know what I tell her? Everybody already know what I tell her. Man, look here. That motherfucker ain't worth a quarter.
Oh yeah?
It's just a good time. That's it. And I've had good times my whole life. And why the fuck would I want to get paid your motherfucking ass for 5 to 10 minutes of good time? And guess what? After that, it's all touchy-lovey. Get off me.
Well,
that's what I tell her. But listen, I'm not that guy anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not the creep. I'm Vader now. I've changed.
You're not the creep?
No.
You're Vader?
Yes. But they're trying to make him out. A lot of celebrities in the talk show world and, the podcast world, they're making him out to be the martyr for the face of hoism.
Mm-hmm.
For these women who want to be hoes and want to have babies by rich dudes and go gold digging, they're making him the face like, look, if he got away with it, so can't we. And you know what I said, sign an NDA. That way, you're protected. But that's neither here nor there. But what I want to talk about next, you got anything else to say about that?
No, we can move on because I think I've said everything that I need to say.
Yeah, and you were right, because the mom told her son, do not buy his shoes. That video went viral, and a lot of other women told their sons they can't buy them either.
Yeah, and it was just a matter of time. He'll feel that. His publicist will tell him.
Oh, well, Nike. Well, no, he's with Adidas.
Is he? I don't know. What kind of shoes
I think he's with Adidas.
Who makes the shoes?
I think it's Adidas. But Adidas is already going through a lot of scrutiny, and I think, that affects his money.
Yeah. They don't advertise, because I didn't know he had the #1 NBA shoe seller.
He's one of them. Yes, he is.
But there is I would do it. This is the last thing I'm gonna say, since I said I didn't have anything else to say, because it's kind of a blended subject, because the last thing,
things running together.
The last thing you said was the hoism.
Yeah.
Of the ladies who are gold diggers and trying to get pregnant by only these rich entertainers.
But here's the thing about that. I don't even want to get too long. I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
But like I was telling someone, listen, if you got young women, young daughters, young cousins, nieces, nephews, whoever is in that game, get them out of it. And if you see what's going on with Puffy, you see what's going on with Epstein, you see what's going on across the world now, these money's a motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
It's pulling these motherfuckers into this shit with these young girls. These young girls are going to hear naked. They're going to hear not naked without clothes on, but they're going to hear blind, like, oh my God, I can meet the superstar, I can make love to the superstar, and then we can have fun with the superstar. They don't want you. And what you're doing is you're getting mentally scarred. I've met some women who have been, and I don't want to say this on camera, but I'm saying it, but who've been with rich athletes, and they are fucked up to this day.
Have you ever heard an entertainer referred to a hooker as a sex worker?
Is that what they are? But that's pretty much what they are, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so once the term sex worker is starting to be accepted in our society, then hooking is starting to be accepted. And so that makes these girls who are gold diggers being accepted.
And guess what's going to happen to them? You're going to end up signing this NDA.
Yeah. Because
they're all kind of, they're lawyers, and everybody's like, I would tell my dude, look here, you're a star. See your posse out there? Which one's the smartest one? Okay, give me the next smartest. So I don't want the smartest one. I'll give me the next smartest.
Okay, so
bring him in, get him to be the notary.
Okay, to sign the
stamp it. Okay. So now
all right. Well, since this term is starting to be accepted, and this prostitution is going to spread like weed. I told this guy,
but it's already spreading like weed. The bunny ranch.
I'm talking about
The
legalization.
Like, it was. Oh, you mean making it legal?
Yes.
Okay. Because they want to tax it.
I told this guy 20 or 30 years, the guy that we grew up with, went to school with, that weed is going to be legal. He said, "You're crazy. That's never going to happen." We were kids when I said this.
Guess what? You can grow in your backyard now if you choose.
You can grow weed if you want to. And in Ohio, that used to be a rigid state. Our state we live in used to be hard to get anything without people acting like
you couldn't get shit.
Your morals are questionable here, sir. You should be ashamed of yourself for even suggesting that we should legalize a plant that people grow and get high off of. I mean, and I would look at some of these people like, have you completely lost your moron mind? Your kid is smoking weed right now while you're saying this.
Yes, and weed is grown.
Yeah.
I mean, just throw the seed out there, and if it vegetates, it's going to grow.
Yeah.
Some seeds, like everything in life, some germinate, some don't.
Yeah.
90% of seeds germinate.
You know, yeah.
And you're going to grow the weed.
Listen, I told a guy one time about 10 or 15 years before college football playoff came into existence.
That's going to be a playoff.
That we're going to have a playoff. And he said, "Are you crazy? The bowl games make too much money. They're never going to." I said, "They're
making the bowl game. They're making money off the bowl games anyway.
Play the bowl games in playoff games.
Right. That's the playoff."
And I said, "They'll start off with 4. That's all they got to do." And I said, "Then they'll probably go to 6." So I was wrong about that. They went right to 12.
Well, I thought they were going to. Remember, I said I thought they would go to 12 at first.
Yeah.
They went to what? I mean, at first 4.
Yeah.
I said no. I said they did that as a trial system.
Yeah.
Now, how much money they're going to be making off these 12?
And then they're going to increase it again.
Probably 16. Call it a day.
Yeah. So
I say 16. Then that's the max you can go.
So I told the guy that weed was going to be legalized. It happened. I'm probably going to be old, but as soon as they start accepting the term sex worker in regular conversation, mainstream, this is on shows on TV where somebody says this person was a sex worker.
Right.
Okay. When Hollywood actresses were trying their damnedest to get a part where they're playing a sex worker. Sex worker.
Do you understand there's only been 2 people?
Not prostitute. Sex worker. Some people are winning Oscars by playing a sex worker.
Julia Roberts.
Yes.
Pretty woman.
She didn't win an Oscar for that, though.
She didn't?
No, she won the Oscar for the investigative.
Well, the Gear one won? Somebody won an Oscar for Pretty Woman.
For Pretty Woman. Now you're going to make me look this up.
Or this maybe the movie won it.
Okay. She won the Oscar for that other movie where she's playing Erin Brockovich.
Erin Brockovich, yeah. Out in the desert. But Pretty Woman won a lot of awards, though.
Yeah, it was a fairy tale.
Yeah, but guess what? Hookers? You're not going to find that too much. You're going to find guys like, well, bells. Oh, Johnny. I frequented a little bit there.
Yeah.
But listen, the thing about that is, there's nothing wrong with that because guys pay for it anyway.
Yeah.
And you're seeing now, Shannon Sharp should have went and got him a fucking prostitute and pay him $50 million. Yeah. Now they're suing Smokey Robinson for $50 million. Now they want Zion Williamson for $50 million.
He said it too.
Man, yeah, with that prostitute, with the porn star.
Oh. $50 million.
$50 million. Tony Busby, same guy. You can't see the racket. Y'all can't see the racket.
Somebody's going to have him put down.
Have to. We're not calling you on our show first.
No, we're not calling for it. We hope it doesn't happen.
We hope it doesn't.
We hope it does not happen.
But the odds are,
if you're
he's chasing black cock, going into white chicks. And listen, people, I know I talk vulgar, but that's what he's. Time you got a black cock going into a white chick, he's chasing you. So he can be chasing. Damn, check this out. He's going to find chicks
to sue us.
Yeah, and there's some there. And guess what? I don't want to talk too much, but there's some that we have mutual contact with. The nigga want $100 million? Yeah. You stinking bitch, you ain't getting shit. You understand me? Because we know what it is. No, we know what it is. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
I don't like talking like that, people, but damn it, it comes out of me.
Right.
That's the old me. I can talk about the old me. I also like my daughter. Remember that. So let's get off this topic before we start talking too much. And some chick might want to lose for $25 and a bucket of chicken.
Well, right. So and the way these laws are, where they done away with the.
Well, you know what's funny? Yes. And the only thing about it is, there's only been 2 people considered a sex trafficker in Rico. Only 2 people have ever been committed to that. Convicted. I said committed. I said convicted. Jack Johnson and R. Kelly.
Who's Jack Johnson?
Heavyweight champion. That's what it came out with in 1900.
Oh, that Jack Johnson.
Yep.
Black heavyweight.
Black heavyweight champion who was taking white girls. And listen, that white chick, she was in love with his black slave ass, and he was taking her down, and she was all in love with him.
He was not a slave.
His parents was.
Oh, they were?
Yeah, he became heavyweight champion, and he was knocking them white chicks off like it was yesterday.
Was that in the 1800s?
No, 19.
No,
early 1900s. And Dr. Umar called him a bunny hopper.
So, anyway,
R. Kelly was the second. They're trying to get Puffy as the third. So let me ask you this. We ain't gonna spend too much time talking about it, but where's the white guys that done this? Why ain't they been charged with that?
With
RICO charged for sex trafficking.
Okay, I don't know.
And RICO, that's a criminal organization. Jack Johnson was by himself.
It's been mentioned many times about that was not a foul. It's been mentioned many times that Matt Gaetz, former congressman, had a 17-year-old chick that he was banging and having
What state was it in?
Where's he from? I don't remember. He was in Washington, D.C.
Because in certain states, I hate to say it, 17 is legal.
Okay, all right.
I know Ohio is legal, and then there's.
I
didn't know
he was in Virginia
Ohio.
when he was banging her.
One of those states, if it's Virginia, it might be 16.
And then he was banging her in Maryland.
I don't know about Maryland, but I know Virginia or West Virginia, one of them 16.
And then he had to travel for his job to some conferences, and he had her come out there to bang. So I don't remember where he had her.
We gotta look that up because those states there, the legal age of consent is 16, and in Ohio 17, which I always thought was 18. I wouldn't mess with a chick when I was 20, 21. You gotta be 18, and then I found out it was 17 later on in life. Like, what? Because I fired a chick that was 17, and I was 20. She was 17. I fired her, and she was bad.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll tell you about her off camera because her mom was a prominent person in this community. And I didn't know that was a legal limit. And then some woman told me that, no, it's 17. I said, bullshit, 18. She goes, no. And she goes, some states it's 16. And we still got some states that it's like 14, 15. I'm like, there's no way. I looked that shit up. Yes, it is. Which is, our country is built on a bunch of bullshit.
Yes, of course. Just
a bunch of bullshit.
All lies.
It fabricates, and the fabrication helps them excel. It helps them go ahead and get away with it. So I didn't abide by it. You don't abide by it. I'm like, no, there's no way. I got 2 daughters. You got a daughter. Ain't no fucking way at 14, 15 years old, I'm gonna let her go with a 34-year-old man.
Right. And that's what they used to do back in the day.
Yeah.
Guys would give up their daughters, and when they
were horses,
when they were teenagers,
for horses or land, or crop, they would barter their kids.
Yeah, they would be like, "Here's my 14-year-old,
and she's a virgin.
Yeah, have at it. And you give me, give me 10 acres.
I see how you are with your daughter.
Yeah,
you couldn't give you a state for your daughter.
No,
you couldn't give me a state.
You can't give me.
Well, guess what? Now my daughters are grown. Give me what you want.
You couldn't give me anything.
No. When they're that age, man, listen, you love your daughters. We can't give you what? For you to ravage my daughter and I'm okay with it because you gave me some land?
Even if my daughter was 18. If she's and you offered me some money for her, I'd probably pick a fight with you.
You have to because now when she's in her 20s and 30s, she chooses that.
30.
If
you ask me,
oh man,
I'm gonna give you some money for you.
You're gonna be something when she's 30. I got
but she would have to say that she wants to do that.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But this age is it's 30 and 15 is 2 different stories.
Right. But they get back in those days, man. They
will give your daughter away. And that's why a man only wanted to have 1 son and he would like to have 2 or 3 daughters.
So he can give
them away and gain more prosperity.
Yeah.
And so if he had the more sons he had, the more mad he was.
Because it was,
not knowing it was on him, it wasn't on your wife.
Yeah.
Your wife, women have no choice. It comes with what we shoot.
It was common belief that once a girl went on her period, she's ready for sex. And some of these girls go.
Man, listen, you don't remember in 4th grade when some girl had their period in class. I remember it.
No, I don't remember that. I don't want to know.
Yeah,
I
was
don't even
there.
remember
I was
the
there.
girl anyway.
Yeah, I remember. I remember.
I don't want to know.
Okay, so let's switch topics to President Trump. And we'll end the show because we got a lot to talk about Trump.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Well, since we're going to switch topics, let's go to another break.
Are we time for a break?
We are actually 1 minute away from being time for it, so that's fine. We can go a minute early so we can go talk about these two goofy dick faces.
Oh, God. Them and Elon Musk are fighting, and it's beautiful to me. So we talked about this. We was like, how long will this marriage last?
Yeah, I thought it would last longer.
I thought it would last longer, too. This will last longer than 5 months.
So, obviously, we're already into the conversation about Elon Musk and the Prezi-Desi dick face, Trump. And don't go away. We're going to have an exciting conversation about these two dumb assholes right after this.
Oh, boy. It's going to be great. I just don't get what he's saying. And like I said before, if I would rather see Trump than Kamala, I'm not endorsing either one, but damn it. When Trump fucks up, I'm going to be the first one to talk about it.
I got to run upstairs.
Help yourself. I'll be the first one to talk about it. And he done fucked up, and I'm great to talk about it. Oh, yeah. I'm going to talk about it. What the hell is this? Oh, no way. Go back, Johnny. There we go. Wow. Oh, boy, these people kill me, man. I can't get it. Oh, yeah. This is crazy. This is Yo, Tyler, what's up? What's going on, man? We ready to talk about Trump and some other things, man. Listen, it's crazy. We got a lot to talk about. We're on now, but I'm sitting there. I'm gonna let you know we're ready to talk about Trump. And the things that he's been doing, you know me, I'm not a Democrat, but I gotta get in Trump's ass when he does wrong too. I gotta call him out. Hopefully his wife likes me. Jokes, people, jokes. Oh yeah. What the hell's this at? Hold on a second. Let's change that picture. Oh yeah, don't forget to call in, man. Listen. 937-926-1641. Call in with your comments and call in with your topics. 937-926-1641. Oh, yeah. Call in. Let us know you're with us.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Right?
Yeah, it's a regular. The same thing I always drink.
Right on. I ain't mad at you. Nikki Jean ain't here to see it.
You're listening to the best
an activist on the microphone, one hell of a podcaster, and his co-host,
That's right.
Mr. T. Crowe and Anthony Scott Dover. One hell of a team. Sweet. And now, without further ado, the man we've all been waiting for, T-Jam D. Welcome back to the show.
Welcome back to the show, folks.
We got some shit to talk about.
Okay, and now it seems that this marriage between Trump and Elon Musk is broken up a lot faster than what we had foreseen. You got any thoughts on that, partner?
Yes. The thing I think about was, okay, I'm going to break it down as fast as I can, as smooth as I can with the layers. Okay, number one, Elon wanted to implement a mandate on American culture that we have to buy electric cars by a certain time, right?
Yeah.
Well, we heard this under Biden.
Mhm.
And I want to say it was 2 years ago. And I'm like, by 2025, what was it, 2025? No. I take that back. We're 2025 now. It might have been 2025 that we were supposed to all be going electric, right? So Biden, he promoted it and whatever, but he, and the government was giving money to Elon. So whatever the year it was, now we're 2025 and Trump's president, not Biden.
Right.
So Elon jumped ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Elon did a smart thing. I'm not saying he did a dumb move. You know what, motherfucker? You lost. I'm done with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to the winner. Because that's who's going to run the country now. That's where I'm going to get my money from.
Mm-hmm.
So Elon jumped ship.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting money from Trump. They're all making bread. You talked about that. Was it last week or week before?
I don't know. I talked about it so many times.
Yeah, they're making bread.
Yeah, because Elon gave $300 million to
Trump's
fund campaign.
Yep.
The government, the United States government, gives $8 billion to Elon's company.
For what is what I want to know.
For SpaceX and Tesla.
Right.
So it's not just one of them.
Right. But so let me ask you this. Is SpaceX more important than NASA?
No.
So why is that? So why would we be like, listen, you funded this, you started this yourself. I don't give a damn about giving you government money. We have a space program called NASA. Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
So why would we give him money? Answer that.
They give Elon money for specific things, and that is for basically to develop rockets that NASA develop to.
So they're working side by side, in other words.
Yes, and
Okay.
Elon's company was basically doing stuff for NASA.
Okay.
NASA contracted them.
Right.
It was okay.
By the government.
Yes, by
Okay.
the government.
Okay.
And they give NASA the money and they give it to Elon. That sounds terrible.
It does.
It sounds so bad.
And it's like, are we that dumb?
Obviously, we all are.
Are we that dumb?
We've been giving him money for years.
Are we that, along with other countries?
Yeah.
But we're the only country that has more empty houses than homeless people. Make that make sense.
Yeah.
We have homeless people, right?
But
And
homeless people
there's-
can't pay the. They can't pay.
Should they be able to pay till they? Can we give them like a 2-month living for free and get a job and get shit together? Because we're giving billions to everybody else.
We're giving $8 million a day to Elon.
We can't get that to these homeless people.
$8 million a day to Elon's companies. Okay.
But what about the homeless? Listen, I've been saying this. You know me. We've been doing this for two and a half, 3 years, right?
Yeah.
And I've been saying we could take care of our homeless, and that might be some of the resources that we need.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we can give that money instead of giving it to us. Let's give it to the homeless. I gather money from people, man. We do things for the homeless all the time in our little tiny city.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not national. I'm not big time like that. But I gather the money and I give it back to them. And let me ask you this: if we took care of our homeless, if we made them a priority, like Burkina Faso did, there's no homelessness there anymore.
No, but here's the thing.
It's leadership, man.
It's not about being able to afford taking care of the homeless.
Okay.
It's about wanting to take care of the homeless. And the rich people who have the money to take care of the homeless, they don't want to. They want to make more money, and if they can get money given to them by the U.S. government, that's even better than them having to make money.
So what makes America so great then? What's MAGA? What are we making great again? I tell you what, people, I didn't vote for Trump. I said he would be a better president. I really did. Because Kamala, I got my issues with her, and we're not going to go over that right now. I have my issues with Biden. We're not going over that either.
Yeah.
But what makes America great again?
When was America great in the first place?
That's what I'm asking.
And we said great again.
Right.
Everybody's saying great again. What's going to make it great again? When were they great?
It was never great for us.
When was it great?
But you know what I'm saying? Like, I think Trump's the right president for the times that we're living.
No, I don't.
The reason being, it's a cynical, because I'm looking at both sides of the coin.
Mm-hmm.
He's a jackass that we need right now, because if we had Biden or Kamala, they would lie about everything. He doesn't lie.
Who?
Trump.
Trump lies all the time.
No.
He lies more than
yes,
anybody.
he does. Okay, let me rephrase this.
All right, rephrase.
He doesn't lie about the system and the corrupt system of the American politics. He doesn't lie about that.
Does he ever talk about? When does he talk about?
Well, whenever he does, he exposed the thing about Trump. He exposed how the government is wrong because they go against him. So he exposed them. He's like, I'll tell them when you.
Yeah.
And if people don't, the thing about it is, a lot of these news channels, even if they're Republican news, they won't play this shit because we're not supposed to let the people know what goes on behind closed doors. Trump will tell you what's going on. This dude's so stupid, he don't give a damn.
Mm-hmm.
He'll tell you.
Listen,
and I think he's the perfect choice for right now,
yeah.
when there's a lot of knowledge out there floating around that he could tell us what's really going on, and he doesn't even know he's telling us.
Right, because he's stupid. And Trump has a short attention span.
Very short.
Okay? And that's why a lot of his donors are mad at him, because they've given him millions of dollars, and he starts out doing exactly what they want.
Then he changes it.
Yeah.
Because he's arrogant.
In the middle of, for no apparent reason, all of a sudden he starts to go against them. Like, fuck it.
I already got your money.
Yeah, exactly.
I already
got your money. Okay? And that was a year ago when you gave me that.
And guess
money.
what he did to Elon?
Yeah.
Elon wanted to see, this is bigger than what.
Yeah.
See, this goes back to Africa. Everybody knows Africa. For those of you who don't know what Africa's doing, Africa's shutting America down. They're shutting the Western world down and
shutting them off.
They're shutting them off, and all the Eastern powers like Russia, China, North Korea, they're all like, you know what? We agree with Africa because it shuts America's power down.
Yeah.
If we can shut America down, we can take over the world.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And they're pretty much right. And it's like, but hold on. How you going to take over the world? You're not getting Africa. So the president of Burkina Faso is like, nah, you can come and help me. You can protect me. And I'll do deals with you. But you're not taking over. And they know it. So Africa is slowly but surely uniting all these countries with all these resources, all the money, all the gold, all the diamonds, all the uranium, all the cobalt, all the lithium. They're all combining. And they're like, we're going to come under what Gaddafi says. We're going to become African Nations United. That's what started BRICS. Now all these BRIC countries are like, yeah, come on in. UN is like, damn, we can't lie. So they told Michael Langley, he's not a threat. He's helping his country. Too bad you guys aren't doing that for your people.
Yeah.
So Africa's on the rise. And Elon went to Burkina Faso and was like, listen, how much would it take for me to build a Tesla plant here? Because that's where the cobalt, lithium, and everything that we need for electric cars, right? And Troy's like, he gave him a crazy number, right? And Elon was like, I can't afford that. He goes, exactly. We don't need you. Go look. They're building in Burkina Faso right now electric cars that outperform Tesla, and you can get them at half the price.
Yeah, so that just goes to show.
We don't need you. But if you want to come here, you're going to pay.
Elon has been selling his cars for way too much.
Way too much money.
That's why he's the richest guy in
the world. But it's about to stop.
Yes. And he doesn't like it.
He doesn't like it. So now he went to Trump and he's like, man, we got to do something about this guy. We got to do something about this. And Trump's like, man, we can't do shit about that. You see who's protecting him? They've already tried to kill him so many times. He's sitting over the house coon, Michael Langley. Go talk to his brother. He don't want to talk to him. He goes, man, you're a sellout, this, that, and the third. So, and remember, he's 37.
Yeah.
He's nothing new, right?
This electric car mandate that Biden signed.
Yeah.
JoJo signed it. That's partially what makes JoJo an asshole. He just done it. People were afraid that with Kamala, if she had been elected, it would have been the same old thing.
Same old thing, and that's JoJo's fault because Kamala. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm going to let you finish your thought, but Kamala never stood up to him. She just did his biting.
Yeah, his bidding.
Well, guess what? I said biting. You don't get it.
Biden. Because
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Now he's
Okay.
getting me. We go back. He picked me up. He picked him up, put him down.
Oh,
yes, sir.
man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That joke wasn't funny.
Yes, it was. You laughed.
I'm laughing because you made the joke and expected me to get it. And
I thought you did get it.
I did, but it took me a few seconds first. So
Okay.
Biden. Okay.
Biden.
You did his
That's
Biden.
it, Biden.
All right, I got you.
But go ahead and finish
So
your thought.
here's the thing. We had in California already has a electric vehicle mandate, which is stupid.
Because they have the most blackouts in any state.
Their grid can't even handle it.
Right.
So even if their grid could handle it, it'd still be stupid because you don't need everybody to have an electric car.
Right.
Okay. If just half the people have electric car, the price of fuel will
Go down.
a plummet.
But you got some, like you're saying, you got old heads, you got some traditionals like myself.
Yeah.
I don't want an electric car.
Why are you trying to make people have an electric car anyway?
Are we supposed to be a free country?
Yeah.
Like that, I actually thought to have one.
So, but here's the thing that Trump did like a dumbass. Biden said, okay, the government will buy $400,000 worth of Teslas from Elon.
They did?
No, they were
It's
going to.
proposed.
Yeah, we're going to buy $400,000 worth of Teslas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Trump changed it to $400 million.
Where you get that people? Where you get that out?
Government,
Don't say that out, though.
government,
Jamsky.
yeah,
I didn't mean to call you. Jamsky.
yeah.
Do we have 400 million people here?
No, they're not gonna buy it for the
So
people.
you gotta have one car for every person
No,
in
it
this
wasn't
country.
it wasn't for people. It was for the government.
What are they gonna do with them?
Government vehicles.
400 million vehicles?
No, $400 million worth of.
Oh, okay. I think you.
$400 million. So
Okay.
So Biden said we're going to buy
So you buy-
$400,000 worth of Teslas from you for the government vehicles because they buy government vehicles all the time.
That's 1,000. That's pretty much 1,000 vehicles. Because they cost the normal people 40,000. It's the cheapest 40,000. But if you get a government rate, government discount,
Yeah.
they could be a bigger, and they'll be like 40,000 per. So let's just say that's 1,000 vehicles that the government's going to buy.
Trump said, no, we're going to up it to $400 million worth of.
So that's 100,000 vehicles. Really?
Yeah. So now he's going.
Holy hell, Batman!
Now that they've gotten into this argument, he's going back on it, saying, "No, we'll take your contracts away," and that's one of his contracts with Tesla.
Right.
So he's threatening to revoke the contract.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Elon lost money here in America. He lost money in Africa because Africa told him. Troy A was like, "Nah, we don't want your shit." South Africa, their president was like, "No, we don't want it," because Elon's from, he's from South Africa, right?
Yeah.
He's like, "Get the fuck out." They don't want him there either. The Congo didn't want him, and the Ivory Coast, well, they're in turmoil because the Ivory Coast is getting with the Sahel Alliance, which is Mali, Congo, Niger, and another couple countries. They're all forming under Burkina Faso. So guess what? Africa's uniting, and they're like, "Nah, motherfucker, we don't need you. Our vehicles are better than yours." So Elon lost on Africa, which I think he was depending on. I think he was really depending on Africa. And he lost in America because he was dependent on America because you said Biden signed what for 1,000? That was 1,000 vehicles, pretty much, right?
Yeah,
That the government was going to buy.
pay for
And even though 1,000 vehicles don't seem like that much,
it. Mm-hmm.
but if you add them at 40,000 per vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
that's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And you said Trump jumped it up to
$400 million. We'll buy $400 million worth of vehicles.
which means that's 100,000 vehicles. So you could sell 100,000 vehicles in one swap. That's a lot of cash. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, but what Elon was mad about is this big beautiful bill that Trump keeps talking about. This big beautiful bill. One of the mandates in it has to do with electric vehicles, and they dropped that at the last minute.
Hey man, but can I ask you a question?
What?
Did you really think Trump was going to go with it? Okay, let me ask you this question. Okay, we're going to go back, people. I want you guys to stay with me now. Stay with me. Stay with me now. Elon gives money for the election. Trump wins. Trump gives Elon a job. Everyone's saying Elon's Trump's bitch.
Yeah.
Trump hears everything goes on in social media.
Mm-hmm.
He hears the shit. And do you really think Donald J. Trump likes being called somebody's bitch?
No.
Okay, let me finish real quick. Then I'm gonna let you talk.
Okay.
So Trump hears this. He's, hey, people, call in 937-926-1641. Give us your weigh in on this. So Trump hears this, right? And
yes,
he's like, you know what? I gotta prove to the world, to everyone else, he's not my bitch. Putin already pissed at him.
Mm-hmm.
Kim Jong-un, whatever, is pissed at him.
Mm-hmm.
China's pissed at him. Everybody's like, no, motherfucker, we ain't fucking with you, Donald. You got Elon.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck with him. You're his bitch. Trump had to make a move to let Elon know, nah, you're not the man.
And that is why Elon was willing, because he's got big contracts with the government. He was willing, and he had promises made.
Right. Biden
made promises.
Right.
And even though it was only $400,000, it's more than the money for Elon. It's about
that was
promoting his product so he can.
You know, how did Jeep come to make from the government? Jeep came to be what it is today with the Cherokee, the Wagoneer, the Jeep Wrangler, the Renegades, the that top line Jeep, whatever it's called. They all come because of the Army.
Yeah.
And they still look like that.
Yeah. And so, and Humvee started with the Army too, and then and then GM bought the
Hummer.
Yeah. So anyway, Trump dropped the electric vehicle mandate.
Yeah,
in this big beautiful bill, and then Elon found out about it at the last minute.
They got pissed.
And it was too late, and they signed it in Congress.
So where did Elon get his black eye from? Did Trump swing on him? I'm curious to find out. Did Trump swing on him?
I heard that Trump's boy Miller
swung on him. Somebody swung on Elon
because
Elon,
his wife, went to work for Eli. Eli was hitting on his wife, and she left working for Trump and went to work for Eli. Stephen Miller.
Okay. Yeah. So Stephen swung on him.
That little pipsqueak son of a bitch, man.
But somebody swung on Elon.
Smash his head right into the
Well, yeah, that's you and me. But I'm asking you, somebody swung on Elon.
Yeah.
He's got a black eye.
He said his kid, he was roughhousing it.
Of course he says that. Of course he
and his kid hit him in the eye.
You really believe that?
No, I think that's a huge lie.
Somebody said that.
That's like saying none of your business.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would say if I walked in the White House with a black eye. Listen,
somebody said that.
Elon, the people that he fired are all being hired back right now.
Who, Elon?
Yep. He fired a bunch of vets, guys who came back from.
So is he still working with the DOJ?
No, he left. No,
he got fired for Doge. He didn't leave.
Well, okay, he
got fired.
He's been let go.
Okay.
So he's not a part of the administration any longer. And he was also pressured by his board members of Tesla because that company's falling apart. And they said, listen, dude, if you don't come back and do your job as CEO of the company, we're going to have to get someone else.
That could be the CEO.
Yeah. And you still be the owner,
But you ain't gonna be the CEO. You're gonna be running shit.
Because you spend way too much time up Trump's ass and dealing with X. Always on X.
Oh God.
Tweeting something stupid.
Him and your boy had a Twitter. Do you know the other? Listen, we got a 37-year-old president in Burkina Faso who's doing great things for the people. They got free education. They're getting paid to go to college. They got free health care. They get help with government assisted housing.
Mm-hmm.
Not like HUD, not like Section 8. No, they get to own, and they're getting top of the line. They're being built now. Top of the line condos being built now.
Mm-hmm.
Swimming pools, movie stars, everything's going. He's telling everybody black in the world who doesn't live in Africa, even if you live in Africa, travel here for free.
I'm gonna go there.
I'm gonna go there too.
I'm gonna go check it out.
I am too.
And see what's doing.
We're gonna do a podcast there.
See what's doing.
We're gonna have him as a guest.
I doubt that.
I don't.
We can't even get the mayor's feel.
You know why? Because Ibrahim Troy ain't not an asshole like that.
Right. The mayor of Springfield keep putting.
He's scared. What are you scared of us for?
We're not gonna
hurt you. We're not gonna fight beat you. You knew us when we went to school with you.
Right.
When did he go to school, Ibrahim? He's old enough to be our child down there.
Yeah.
He's 37.
Yeah.
Bring your guards. Bring your everybody.
He's old enough to be our little cousin.
Exactly. Come and sit with us, and talk to us. And we go over there, Jamsky. We will get a show with Ibrahim.
Okay, we'll get an audience with him.
Oh yeah.
All right, we'll see.
Oh, and he might invite us to stay. I might say I ain't coming back.
Listen, I've never gotten my passport. I keep threatening to get.
I've got one, but it's mine's
Every
expired.
time somebody tells me that I need
Mine
to go
expired.
on a vacation that's out of this country, I threaten to get a passport. But I told my daughter just earlier today, I'm going to actually get both of us a passport.
I got to get mine. My wife been telling me, "You got your passport back yet?" No.
So we can go to Burkina Faso and visit
for free.
And she was like, "Why?" I said, "I got to see what's doing over there."
But he said we can come for free.
I got to go check it out and see what the progress is.
Shit, you might not want to come back, Jamsky.
I want to come back. It's hot. It's hot.
I like hot. And guess what? Man, listen. That's the
like
motherland. Something inside you might wake up. You understand me?
I prefer cold. But before I go.
You do?
Yes.
I don't.
We're out of time. But before I go to Africa to visit, I'm not moving there.
Shit,
I just want to give America an idea. Here's another one of my ideas because I'm an idea man, Jay Vader. I'm an idea man. I give people ideas that are brilliant ideas.
Okay.
So they can deny it's a brilliant idea. They turn around and do my brilliant idea. And
there's a couple things
like it didn't come from me.
You're right. There's a couple things I said on the podcast that they're doing. I said this first.
Yeah.
Do you know who really watches us then?
They do it. And
man,
then
this is bullshit.
They pretend like it didn't come from me. If you brought it up to them, the idea that you had, they would be like, we didn't get that from you.
Hey, Jeff, you take 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Jalen, I see that. And you wrote that shit down. I am also like my daughter. Thank you for your support. Go ahead, Jeff.
So here's another idea that's brilliant. Since we're having this global warming that people are denying.
Is it really warm or is it raining? Global raining.
It's global warming happening.
Is it raining?
Right now, I don't know.
It rains every day.
Yeah, that's.
And we're in June. You remember when we was in school and when we were little kids going to Roosevelt and Simon Kenton?
Yeah.
By the time it was April, March, we were wearing shorts.
Yeah.
Look at this now.
Right.
We still can't wear shorts. Really, it's raining every day.
Yeah.
We pleasant.
June showers bring July flowers. So anyway, since we having this heating, because this is done by rich people,
right?
It's not about cars and emissions.
No,
you know,
it's not.
Catalytic converters.
That has nothing.
Or none of that bullshit.
That was another company that paid some money to a senator, and it got back, and so we had to get that shit.
And we don't even have it in Clark County anymore.
No, think about that.
Yeah,
they wouldn't even let you change your engine.
Right. So, what we have is jet streams moving around. It's a lot of science, but I'm not going to explain it because I'm not a scientist. I could Paul Parrot some stuff that I've heard from a scientist or quote you stuff that I've read from scientists, And some of you would still argue about it, and that's fine.
Oh, they're going to argue about it because you know what?
That's fine.
People want to argue anything.
That's fine. You can argue all you want. I
You know, I tell them, argue
global.
you know, a lot of people say argue with your mama. I tell you, argue with yourself.
I believe in global warming. You know what I'm saying? Because things change. Things are changing right now in the atmosphere.
But it's not really warm like it used to be when we were kids.
No, but the thing is, global warming is just what they call it. It's the change.
The climate change.
It's a climate change.
Yes. In
That's
the
why it
ocean,
turns
in
the
the
name
oceans,
of it to
the
climate.
oceans, the Arctic oceans are like 5 degrees warmer than it was 20 years ago, which means those Arctic polar caps are melting.
You know, the icebergs are freshwater. That ice is freshwater. The ocean is saltwater.
Mm-hmm.
What you need to do
when rivers flow into it,
when it melts and it don't freeze back up, it causes a problem. Because a lot of times in the wintertime it freezes back up.
Right.
Goes back up.
But polar bears,
there's some circulation that goes on in the ocean.
From the freshwater?
The
rivers from all across the world flowing into those.
Ocean, yeah.
Okay.
So what we need to do here in America, we got these deserts out west.
Mm-hmm.
Big states. The states out west are huge.
Gaddafi had a plan for Sahara, which is the biggest desert in the world.
Okay. You could drive across. I don't know what his plan was. I never heard it. But you could drive across. When I was an over-the-road driver, I was going out west, and I was finding that there was a lot of open highway. It was nothing for miles.
You can't see anything but flat land, and it's hot.
And it's hundreds of miles.
Yes.
And I'm not talking. And the most you would see sometimes was a ranch.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Then you're talking knowledge here. Do you know that they ran pipelines from the Great Lakes to Vegas?
Great Lakes to Vegas. No.
They had to keep Vegas vegetated. And they had to keep Vegas saturated with water.
Right.
And they said that water came, when I did the thing, they said it came from the Great Lakes.
Okay. Great Lakes where we live at.
Yes.
We got a Great Lake on the northern border of our state.
That's called Lake Erie.
That's right. Okay. And there's a Lake Michigan. And Michigan's right above us.
Superior, Huron, Ontario.
Okay. Finger Lakes is what they're also referring to as.
Yeah.
All right. So that's fresh water.
Yes, it is.
Right there. And these icebergs are fresh water. Now, what they need to do is to go get ice and ship it down here to the desert out west. You want fresh water?
Hey, man, listen. Yes, they do
You can bring an iceberg down here.
And just let it melt.
Yeah.
Just let it melt. Just bring truckloads of big chunks of ice.
Right down here on.
Let me think about it. How much? Okay, we can bring a truck. Can bring. Well, if you get a pass, you can haul 80,000 pounds.
Instead of letting the fresh water melt into the sea and mixing with the salt water, where it's going to be lost.
Let it melt into the desert and make a pond.
Yes.
Well, you're on to something. Mm-hmm. And we're going to talk about this next time because you're on to something.
Of course I am.
You're on to what Gaddafi was on.
Me and Gaddafi?
Yes.
Like this.
Muammar. You're down with Muammar?
Yeah.
He wasn't bad. He listen, you're on to what he's on. And we're going to talk about that next week.
All right. So we're out of time. Thank you for tuning in.
Mm-hmm.
Stay tuned for next Wednesday when you'll hear Jay Vader expound on how me and
Gaddafi are on the same page.
On the same
which is crazy because Jamski did. Oh boy, him and Muammar on the same page. Which is crazy.
Me and Muammar.
Muammar, man, listen. He's one of my heroes. Muammar Gaddafi.
Muammar is his hero. So that means
he's one of them.
So I'm your hero too. It's just me and
listen. Oh God.
Me and Muammar are on the same page mentally. Y'all hear that?
Oh shit. So you were my hero. Well, you was when you showed up for basketball. When you set those picks for me,
when I was on the team when we were in
I got to shoot.
When we was in grade school.
Mm-hmm.
I was a center.
Mm-hmm.
And T was a forward.
And I shot.
Yeah, he shot. Him and Beard shot all the
Beard didn't shoot that much. You know who shot the most? Me and Scott Geyer. I used to get mad at him. Remember that?
No.
That was me and Scott Geyer that shot a lot.
Okay.
I say, Shot, man, you shoot too damn much. Pass that motherfucking ball down here to me. Because Gotti was Chad Mason would pass.
Mm-hmm.
Mark would pass. you would pass.
Mhm.
Scotty Geyer didn't want to pass, and I was the number one option.
Yeah.
Remember, Foster said it. We can't get the ball to Crowe. Let him do what he got to do. Then everybody else feeds off that. Because I did pass it. I fed you, Jamsky.
Mhm.
I fed you because you're my guy.
Mhm.
But I got to keep him happy.
Mhm. I got 11 points one game and thought I was big shit.
I think I averaged 12. But I was feeding you the rock.
Oh,
I fed you the rock, man. Listen.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
That's crazy. Okay. Well, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching this
Yes.
show.
And remember, people,
Listening to the show.
I'm going to give a last word out.
Loving the show. Licking the show.
Hey, listen, people.
Y'all can lick
For
the show.
Wednesday's topics.
Sucking the show.
Oh, my God. Don't listen to him. I want y'all to look up what Burkina Faso, the Sahel nations are doing.
And if you are bugging, I don't want you going to Burkina Faso. Okay? Because
Hey, Mark, no, you didn't. Mark said he led the team in scoring. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't, Mark. You was a constant scorer, but me or Scotty led the team in scoring. Mark, you was a constant scorer. You was. But you didn't lead the team in scoring. Mark said he led. No, you didn't, Mark. No.
I don't remember, or I would say.
I know who led. Me and Scotty was going back and forth. Mark was a consistent scorer.
Yeah.
But Jamsky was MVP.
Yeah. I was MVP.
Jamsky was MVP.
I was MVP, Beard.
But me and Scotty led the team in scoring, but we wasn't MVP. Jamsky was the MVP.
Yeah. Because I was unselfish.
No, he
Player.
Mark, I'm tripping. No, you didn't lead the team in scoring. Mark, you was like third or fourth. It was me, then Scotty, because every time we read the list off, it was me or Scott Geyer at number one and number two. Me and Scott was always number one or number two. I didn't get Scott's ass and said, you shoot too damn much. And I remember this.
You said that to him?
Yeah.
Oh, he's calling in.
I hope so. This is my God.
We got to end the
Hey,
show.
hey, no, hold on a second.
We're 11 minutes past.
What happened?
Hold on.
Hang on a second. Where we at here? Five minutes to answer. Yo. This is my daughter. Ain't that a bitch?
Oh.
Yeah, I know. You knew it was me. You knew it was me. What's up?
Hey, yo. Hey, people. This is my daughter.
Oh, it's only your kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome like your daughter. At least you know. At least you know you awesome like your daughter.
Okay.
I thought it was going.
We thought it was Mark. I was hoping it was Mark because he says we tripping. No. Mark, I led the team in scoring. Okay, give it to me.
Yeah. Write them down and give
Hey,
it.
hey, how many topics you got? We'll do them next week on Wednesday.
Yeah. Write
them down, and we're gonna do them next Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give them to you. You know, I got nothing but topics. I'm gonna have nothing but a list.
We'll bring them. Okay. Well, Wednesday, give us your topics, and we're gonna run over them Wednesday. Everybody's my daughter Jalen. She got me this shirt. Awesome like my daughter. She wish I was awesome like her.
So what you're saying is your daughter.
Hey, my daughter's awesome. She's awesome.
Your daughter's awesome, but you're not.
Hey, y'all.
That's what you're saying?
I'm the most awesomest daughter that he has on this earth.
So how many daughters you
I
have?
only got $2.
Oh, so you're more awesome than your sister then?
Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll take your word for your awesomeness.
Hey, Jalen.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what you know.
So Wednesday, give me your topics. Make it Tuesday, and we're gonna make sure it happens on Wednesday.
And I'm gonna tune in, and you better do it.
We sure will,
Mm-hmm.
because you're awesome.
All right, you know I love.
All right, love you.
I love y'all.
Love you too.
Bye.
Yep. All right. Good night.
Well, that was cool. We had
Yes. Where you hear that stuff at? Right. Yeah. And Mark Beard's Muhammad's still talking this stuff. Listen, I know what it was. I had the list, and so didn't everybody had it.
Yeah.
We gotta get Scotty on here. Hey, Mr. Mark Muhammad. Yes, we did. We compared score every game, and I was always at the top.
Listen, you're arguing.
I love Mr. Muhammad. Mark Muhammad is my dude. He's our brother.
Yes.
Matter of fact, Wednesday, you call in.
Else,
Listen, you call in Wednesday, Mr. Muhammad, and we're going to discuss
Listen,
this.
everybody else don't know what y'all are talking about.
No, they don't.
So the show is over for tonight. we can pick this conversation, them arguing about
Yes, I was the man.
elementary school basketball team that we had.
Hey, man,
that was a sweet.
But how sweet were we?
It was a sweet.
No team in the city could touch us. They was building teams trying to touch us, remember?
It was a sweet
No,
team.
We had a sweet team, y'all. And hey, Mark Muhammad, he was the third leading scorer.
We was roasting people. I remember we beat Northwestern 89-19.
Yeah, we're in fifth grade, dominating,
I
y'all.
was like, these kids are pitiful, man. I felt sorry for
No,
them.
you won't. No, you won't, Muhammad.
I felt
No,
sorry
you won't.
for them.
You ain't beat me one-on-one. You can't stop me. You never could stop me. I got too many moves for you. I got too many moves for you.
He's still talking crap.
Yes, yeah, he's still talking crap. That's my brother. That's our brother, Mark Muhammad. We love him. And hey, listen, like I mentioned the Nation of Islam earlier. For those brothers out there that need guidance and need help, he's on Sunset. I don't remember the address right away. He'll give it to you right here. Go see him, because they are like I did my research. They are bringing brothers from the gutters to the stairs. And listen, and they're doing a great job. And please, if you're out there lost and need some guidance, go see my brother Mark Muhammad in the Nation of Islam, and they will help get you straight.
If you need some guidance, follow Anthony Edwards on Twitter.
Don't follow him. Don't follow him.
And so you will not want to take care of your kid either. You're like, what kind of...
Yes, Mark, you had a great jumper, but my follow away, my handles, and my game was just different. You had a sweet ass jumper. You had that soft jumper. I'm not going to mention that. But listen, we're going to talk about that again.
Yeah.
And listen, people, if you know people that need help, send them to my brother, man. They're getting brothers together, and this is real talk. We joke a lot, but this is dead serious. They're bringing brothers together. Send them to my brother, Mark Muhammad, man, and I'll do what I can, but he's got a program going that will get you together. That's on the real.
Yeah.
And I really mean that.
It was your feet. So with that,
with that being said, we're out of here. He's still not better than me in basketball. He never was, never will be. But listen, we're going to say that, and
we'll see you on Wednesday night. Stay tuned. Coming back on Wednesday night from the studios of J. Vader Laboratory. When you see us sitting in a room with a bunch of Steelers bullshit hanging in the background, you'll know the podcast is about to start.
All right.
And with that, we're out of here like last year.
See ya.
Peace.
Great show, people. Great show. Love y'all, man. And we're doing big things.
Don't miss the next exciting episode of Probably Offensive. Everything you always wanted to hear in a podcast. Hosted every Sunday night. One hell of a show.
Peace. Hey, got you, Mr. Muhammad. You know better. Got him. Motherfucker never beat me one-on-one. That's why I got all the damn trophies.
Have you guys ever even played a one-on-one?
Yes.